Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally and internationally, and I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. We are back to our regular satsangs after about almost a month, I think, and it has been a momentous month of the Ramanujans. If I may say, we have culminated in our mission immeasurable potency. We acquired all that we deserved to acquire in the quest of our social cohesion and oneness programs. And I think we got more than we ever bargained for just in this 23 days of continuous satsang. This event or series of events has landed us now in the office of the state presidency, and I think as a ashram nowhere in the world in such a short time has such an acknowledgement taken place. I'm saying this so that you can understand your own role, both at the ashram and as a human being in society. The most intelligent question in the world is, anyone? The most intelligent question in the world that one can ask. Who am I? The most intelligent question in the world is, who am I? And everything starts from who am I and not what's happening to me now. Because if you can answer who am I, then the what's happening to me now takes care of itself. So this is the most intelligent. There is nothing more intelligent than when you can ask yourself this question, but not superficially. Not superficially. And that is why I said it is the most intelligent question. When you ask this question, then you must seek the answer. You must seek the answer. And the journey towards seeking this answer is the beginning of you understanding yourself. You can only ask this question relative to a bona fide spiritual master. You can only ask this question relative to a bona fide spiritual master so that you can attain answers unpacked to you in a way your conditioned mind will assimilate and start to get unconditioned. So this mind that we all are impelled by, which belongs to us, have been conditioned just in this last era for 155 trillion years. It has been conditioned. What does condition mean? Programmed. So this mind has been programmed for you to understand who you are not. This mind has been programmed for you to understand who you are not. Not making sense? This mind has been programmed to make you understand that you are this physical body. Yes? And this is where all the problems in the universe lies. As long as you are of the understanding that I am this physical body, I am a male, I am a female, I am South African, I am Indian, and whatever your status quo is, then you are living a lie. You are living a lie. And as long as you are living a lie, you can be a multi-zillionaire. All the richest people of today, it is easy to check. You can go on Google, find out who are the richest people in the universe today. Look at their faces and see if they are happy. Look at their faces, see whether they are happy. They achieved everything. Look at how they dress, look at how they talk, look at how they walk, and look if they have any sense of bliss. See if they are blissful. They are not blissful because they are in amnesia. Have you ever seen a person who has lost their memory in a state of ecstasy? Why? Similarly, humankind today does not know who they are, and that is why there is no state of ecstasy. Who are the happiest people in the universe? You can Google, you can see. Saints and sages of Sanatan Dharma. Saints and sages of Sanatan Dharma. You can see the ecstasy on the face. You can feel and assimilate their happiness. Simply wearing a loincloth, not knowing what is the next meal, gives saints and sages happiness. How is that possible? Because they know who they are. Once you know who you are, then you can achieve your extreme sense of bliss. So Praveen Bhai, I just want to acknowledge your presence here today. And I want to say, with respect, that Praveen Bhai came to ashram to salvage what he had. To salvage what he had. In the process, he lost everything. He lost everything. And I am really appreciative of the fact that after losing everything, Praveen Bhai is still at this satsang, all in a matter of this month of the Ramanujans. So his intention for coming to this satsang was to stop losing what he was going to lose. In the process, he learned that there are greater things than what he was losing. He is from Srinivai's temple. He is in a temple for many, many years. Srinivai introduced him to this ashram. But knowledge is so important. Transcendental and spiritual knowledge is so important that after you lose everything, I think his half of his life's worth he lost already. He still finds it opportune to come to the satsang because the knowledge that he gained is more valuable than what he had lost. And he knows, and I promised him, that what he lost, I can fix it for him in a jiffy. But there are certain things in life you have to let go. Certain things in life you have to let go, and this is the law of nature. You have to kill a forest for a new forest to prosper. You have to change dynamics for new dynamics to come into play. You have to change mindsets for new developments to take place. And Praveen Bhai is a living example of what I am teaching through Sanatana Dharma. He never had an opportunity to be my friend yet, but I think from today Praveen Bhai will now be friends. I was a general. I was clinical. I never accept what he was telling me. I said no, 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 and no. And he still came back and I still said no. You understand? So he never experienced the other side of the Guru yet, but now he got license. He can be the Guru's friend. Had he been the Guru's friend from day one, he would have still been crying over his lollipop that he lost. So I wanted him to be strong. I sent him in the gallows, and he's back from the gallows. And we are proud of you as ashram, Praveen Bhai. And we hope that all your things now takes a new direction, and this is what gurus do. This is what gurus do. Sometimes they are exactly like dentists. They have to take out the old rotten tooth and then plant in the new tooth. It will be painful. Do not think life with the Guru is easy. Life with the Guru is not easy. But the result is always divine. The result is always divine. Tivashni, you need to take care of your kitten when you come to satsang. Tivashni, it's like you just had a baby and threw it in the ashram. Guru must change the nappies, Guru must do everything. Tivashni, talk to your kitten. No, it's fine. Satish Bhai, it's a new devotee. Yeah. Satish Bhai becomes Guru. Whilst on that note, before I forget, all the men in this satsang, when is Guru Purnima? What date? 23rd. You all got about? 3rd. Okay. Saturdays. I think it will take 2 Saturdays or maybe even one. I want the ceiling painted pure white and the walls pure white before Guru Purnima. Okay? I'm tired, I can't make it. I don't want to touch any part of the construction around the ashram anymore. Okay, I had a very painful week from Monday up until yesterday, and I don't think I have the energy left to be involved. I've given you everything on a plate, haven't I? Yeah, and don't even ask me where's the paint. You need to buy the paint. You need to find the right paint for the ceiling. I think 20 liters would suffice. Satish, you back as head of maintenance. So after satsang, see who's available. Saturdays, 2 Saturdays, and it should be done. Even 1 Saturday, but you do not have to rush. Take your time and do it properly. All right. So coming back, and I want to explain, and I want to unpack it, and I want to be logical, I want to be commonsensical. We do not, because our mind has been conditioned for this past 155 trillion years. Devashni, get used. That's what happens when you have a baby. Start with the kitten. When the mind has been conditioned, the Guru can give you the lotto numbers. And this is what the Guru does his entire life. He gives you the lotto numbers, but the conditioned mind has been conditioned in such a manner it cannot understand how simple it is to take the lotto and benefit every millisecond of your life. Because it is so simple, the mind has been conditioned that for you to attain the ultimate, it has to be a hard and a treacherous road. No, it is the simplest route to enlightenment. But we rather use our mind and analyze what the Guru is saying instead of using our intellect and making a decision to go on the way that the Guru is asking for one to go. That's how simple this route to divinity is. At the end of divinity there is unlimited prosperity. Unlimited prosperity. But you need to know how to be prosperous. You need to know why you should be prosperous, where you should be prosperous, and how to distribute and assimilate your prosperity. You need to know these things. And this is where all the Guru's teachings can go into vain if you do not pick it up at the source, at the ABC of spirituality. What is the A of spirituality? The A to spirituality is accepting a bona fide spiritual master after due diligence. How do you do due diligence on a spiritual master? How do you do due diligence of a spiritual master? Not only here, anywhere in the world. How do you do due diligence? Through gossiping. Through gossiping. If you are new, you must gossip with the older devotees and ask them, hey, Nilendri, how many years you in this satsang? Interrogate the older devotees through gossip. How's this guru? I heard on Facebook and TikTok is a very powerful guru. But you guys are here. How many years you are here? Then Nilendri knows how to gossip. Nilendri? Spiritual gossip. Not talking about the other gossips, Nilendri. Spiritual gossip. Then you'll get an answer. Then you confirm with other gossips and continue gossiping from end to end. Only here gossiping is allowed. Here there is no karma for gossiping. When you are doing due diligence for a guru and when you are involved in that gossip, it is positive gossiping. That gossiping will help you to elevate yourself. Please do not take this now and go outside and start gossiping. And when you get in trouble for gossiping, tell the people Guru said you can gossip to elevate yourself. Not outside, only in the ashram. And that's how you can do due diligence on the Guru. People must give you concrete evidence. When they came to the ashram, how their life changed, where they went wrong, where they went right, what are the positives, what are the negatives. Now you have done due diligence, then you accept that spiritual master. You accept a spiritual master after due gossiping. Well established gossiping. When you finish gossip, you decide now I don't need to gossip about this guru anymore. I am now accepting him. Then you accept the guru. That's the A in spirituality. What is the B in spirituality? Once you accept, then you have to believe. Do not accept and then don't believe. That means your acceptance wasn't bona fide, it wasn't genuine, it wasn't real. If the Guru says black is white, black is white. Guru says black is white, black is white. You can't accept the Guru and then say, hey, Guru said black and is white, black is not white. Because what you can see as black, with your limited vision, the Guru can see as white with the unlimited vision. You understand? So this is why in the Guru Gita it is stated, when the Guru says black is white, you must say yes, black is white, because your eyes at that point in time is seen white as black. But the Guru's eyes can see at all points in time, and that is why the Guru is saying it is white. You understand? So when you accept a Guru, you cannot contradict the Guru's instructions in any way. You have to accept and you have to assimilate. Because the Guru is not talking on topics that you can find in a library. The Guru is not talking on topics that you can find on the internet. The Guru is talking on topics that at this point in time might not be sensical to you, might not make sense or be logical, because it is transcendental. Gurus only will discuss things that are transcendental. It means beyond your scope of knowledge. So if something is beyond your scope of knowledge, it means you do not have a solution for that yet. If you do not have a solution for that yet, it means you do not know. And as long as you do not know, you cannot debate. You cannot debate. You can only debate on knowledge. And what is the C in spirituality? You must conform to the instructions of the Guru. Conform to the instructions of the Guru. So all these are a binding contract between you and your spiritual master. A, B, C to spirituality. You accept a bona fide spiritual master after due diligence. Then you have to believe in his teachings. And you have to conform to his teachings. And this ABC is a binding contract between you and the Guru. Once you've established this binding contract between you and the Guru, then the Guru views you as a university professor will view a student. 400 students in that hall, each one is unique. Each one is unique. Some information will be general and some information will be specific to you. We do not have first year, second year, third year, fourth year satsangs. We have one satsang. Nilendri is here right from day one, and then we got Miss Samuel's here, the latest. All right? But when I give a discourse, I give a piece to everybody. I give a piece in one discourse for everybody that came here, so that everybody goes home with knowledge. My job is only to give you knowledge. Only to give you knowledge. Understood? So then, at that point of A, B, C to spirituality, your identity becomes known to you. Who am I? And you can ask the Guru at that point, who am I? This answer to who am I can take this entire lifetime and you may not be still satisfied. It can take the next lifetime. It can take millions of lifetimes. Or it can be answered in this lifetime itself. It depends on your conditioning. So remember, this is not a Gurukul. This is not a Gurukul, it's a satsang. I'm taking you out from wherever you are vibrating, whichever frequency you are vibrating. I'm bringing you here and I'm giving you information that is alien to you. I'm giving you information that is alien to you, and then you are going back to your environment where you are vibrating as a soul. In a Gurukul, you spend 12 years understanding what the Guru is teaching you continuously. So your consciousness is not disturbed. Here your consciousness is disturbed. Right now I got all your minds arrested and you are assimilating this knowledge. But as soon as you leave, you go on the road, then this knowledge will start receding to the back of your mind as more pressing things start appearing in the front, and there are points in time where this you'll be oblivious to this knowledge that you attained here today. Yes? So we have to be practical, and the Guru also have to be practical and understand that I'm bringing the fish out of the water and I'm throwing it back in the water. It will behave how it generally behaves in water. And this is the juncture where our relationship exists. So it is not very difficult, because you have me as a living Guru. You can WhatsApp me, you can messenger me, any other SMS me from the Bundus where there's no WhatsApp, and I don't know what other means you can use. I met my spiritual master 1 year after he left his body. So no WhatsApp, no SMS, no direct conversations, a small photograph, all his photographs, there are thousands here, I'm going to show you if you want to come and see. He is smiling. For some reason, the photograph that was given to me, he was very serious. I think that's the only photograph in the world that existed where he was serious. It's here somewhere. So I couldn't have this one-on-one. I didn't have this opportunity that you got. Through the photograph, I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking, I stopped eating meat, I went to India, I took on his mission, and at the moment, I'm his foremost disciple in the world. I am his foremost disciple in the world. I'm the only disciple of his carrying his mission 100% in full, creating a divine society for all. This month of the Ramanujans was his month. And the fact, as I stated, that we've now been recognized in the office of the presidency, his mission, I just took it forward. You understand? So when I took his mission on, I did not complicate myself. I was an atheist for over 25 years, and if you wanted to come and discuss spirituality and religion to me, I wanted you to be from a university. I wanted you to be from a university, degrees, qualifications, and then I was going to discuss religion and spirituality with you. If you didn't have academic qualifications, I didn't want to hear from you. That's who I was. I didn't want to hear from you. Everything in my mind was, you have to come from the academic world, or else I'm not listening to you. But Guruji trapped me with his photograph. No academic world, just an image changed me from an atheist to whatever status you want to afford me with today. But all that transpired from a photograph, because I ultimately realized the simplicity of divinity, and I allowed myself that simplicity. So I didn't seek any longer answers from the academia. I just let my Guru work me. I let my Guru work me. And I just adopted a simple formula. I said, I will surrender to my spiritual master. Because that is what the instructions are. Instructions are in the Bhagavad Gita. So one of my reasons for becoming an atheist, I could not find any rule-based information in Sanatan Dharma. My cousin was a Hanuman devotee. My other cousin was a Lord Shiva devotee. My other cousin or uncle was a Vishnu devotee. Confusion in my bloodline. Confusion in my own bloodline. Because nobody told us, when I grew up, the Ramayana and the Bhagavad Gita must be tied in a red or a yellow cloth and kept far away because we are too filthy to touch, open or read. So I've heard of the Bhagavad Gita, I've heard of the Ramayana, but it was an untouchable book of knowledge. So what do you do when you have no knowledge? Like myself, look at me, what do you do when you have no knowledge? You turn against the system, don't you? You rebel against the system and the norms. And when I learnt, because it is the innate nature of every soul to be bound within parameters. It's the innate nature of every soul to be bound within parameters. It is, when I say innate, it is natural. When you get up in the morning, are you not bound by law of your own making, unwritten law of your own making? Certain time you need to be in a bathroom, certain time you need to take your shower, certain time you need to start your car. Who tells you this? Did you sign a contract with anyone? You understand? Family law actuates itself. Certain people in the family will go to the bathroom first if you got one. You understand? Certain time tea is made, certain time breakfast. Are all these things not living within the parameters of some unwritten law? Are we not conscious of law all the time? Wherever we are moving, is there not some law that we know that is governing us in every aspect of our life? Yes or no? So it is our innate nature to be governed by a set of laws. Now that set of laws is already there. It's in the Bhagavad Gita. It is already there. It's in the Bhagavad Gita, and it is stated in chapter 4, verse 34. The Supreme Lord states specifically himself. He did not send a saint or a prophet to say this. He has not sent a sage or a prophet to say this. He is saying it himself. He is stating explicitly, for you to know me, you need to surrender to a bona fide spiritual master through prostration. 2 words. One is surrender. The second word is prostration. When the Lord speaks, then that law has to be cast in stone. So the Lord is saying in no uncertain terms, for you to know me, you have to surrender. So let us define the word surrender in terms of the Lord's instruction. What does surrender mean? Yes. Like I was a policeman, so we used to chase all types of criminals, these housebreakers. So we'll cock the gun, then we'll fire a shot in the air and we'll say surrender. So when they surrender, they lift the two hands up. It means I give it all up. Then we should take total custody of this criminal, few smacks here and there. It's called interrogation. My time it was a norm. We could smack you at point of arrest even if 1,000 people were watching us, and if we wanted to smack one of the 1,000 people, we'll bring them in the arena and smack them as well. It was it was a norm. That's how South Africa operated. So we owned you. After we arrested you, after you surrendered, you put your hands up, we owned you. Similarly, when you surrender to the Guru now owns not you, but your destiny. The Guru owns your destiny. And if you conform in a surrendered state, then in both this world and the next world, prosperity, you do not even have to think of prosperity. What do you think I did when I met my Guru? I simply surrendered, because before meeting him, I asked all the difficult questions. I did all the difficult things. I've already done all of that before meeting my Guru. Why should I do that with my Guru? When I realized that all that I was seeking and that I need to know, my Guru is the reservoir of that knowledge. So when I realized that, all I do, even up to this morning, when I get up in the morning, I'm not a ritualist. I'm not a ritualist. No rituals. I'm going to get a Pancharatra Agama Pandit as soon as after October, or after we build dwellings for them. So they will perform all the functionaries of the ashram. I am a spiritualist. I am not involved in a whole lot of or any rituals in this ashram. Have you all seen me? When you all come through this ashram, besides doing the arti, I don't do anything. Besides doing the arti, I do not do anything unless I have to extract some demons from you. You understand? I got my Lord Shiva's trident somewhere. I place it on your head and I pull out all these unwanted souls that now and again reside in your body. But no rituals. No no rituals. We are in a state of time where rituals are not necessary. So I use knowledge. I use transcendental knowledge, not knowledge in itself. Knowledge is also energy. This entire universe is run through energy, and knowledge is energy. I use the potency that is embedded in transcendental knowledge to fix up any viruses that you may have in your mind. And I have not had anyone that come to this satsang would know virus in their mind. And I have stated numerously, in fact, everyone who comes to my satsang, the head gasket is blown almost to an irreparable state, and God sends these vehicles to me so that I don't know how I became an expert, but most of the time God doesn't even have the spares to. So I just have to make a plan and let the vehicle run. But I have been successful. This is my 10th year. And we have been quite successful in doing things the way that I am currently doing. Alright? So sometimes it is disappointing. You want to come to the Guru, you want the Guru to cut one fowl, bust 7 coconuts, juggle some monkey balls, and then you will feel right. Unfortunately, Guru works behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, and fix you up just by attending satsang. Just simply by coming to satsang, sitting, listening to the Guru, following some instructions. Do not rush into spirituality. Do not rush into spirituality, because it is like a razor blade. It can cut you. You know those, that is why you don't use the old menorahs. You know which menorahs I'm talking about. They still exist. Okay, so as I said, I was a military man, and all the time I was in the military, it was no March 5 and March 6 or Gillette, profile. We had to blow your cheek, and slowly, one strand at a time. Deep in winter somewhere, frosty, the blade is ice cold, and in one mistake and you'll see a white patch, and very quickly it will turn red. So I'm coming from that, I'm talking about that razor. That's how spirituality is. Don't rush into spirituality. Take little portions, what suits you for the day, what suits you in the discourse. Take a small portion and use that portion only for that day. And take it one day at a time, but be principled. Be principled. Be steady. Be steady. Be principled. Be disciplined. Those are more important than taking in what I give you and trying to do everything that I told you to do. Be disciplined and be principled. To yourself. It's not, spirituality got nothing to do with your wife, with your husband, with your partner, with your children, with your mother, with your father. Spirituality got, the only thing spirituality has to do is with yourself. It's not about another person's behavior, it's about your behavior, because spirituality is like a magnet. When you rub a magnet to an iron, what happens to the iron? It becomes magnetized. So one person in the family becomes spiritual, After a while, what happens to the rest of the family? Because of that magnetic properties that it has, everyone will become spiritual. So take little bit, use it in a discipline, but practice it every day. Practice it every day. Understand it every day. You can be spiritual without any ritual at all. When you go to sleep, thank the Lord. When you get up, thank the Lord. And lastly, I want to end with this because it is an instruction from the Bhagavad Gita, and I've practiced it. I'm an Acharya. Acharya means a bona fide spiritual master who preaches through practice. Bona fide spiritual master who preaches through practice. And this is why I always bring my guru in. Because if I want to have a student-teacher relationship with you, then I have to practically show a student-teacher relationship with my guru, how I conformed and what the benefits were, and how if you conform, what the benefits will be. You understand? So all I did with my guru, I kept it very, very simple. Whatever I did with my guru, I kept it very, very simple. Lord Shri Krishna states in the Bhagavad Gita, and this is a very difficult concept to understand, but today I'm going to break it down very, very simply. If you pick up this understanding and use it as I have used it, then you're going to be successful. Lord Shri Krishna states, do not attach yourself to any work that you do. Do not attach yourself to any work that you do. Let's discuss this. This is important because this is greatly misunderstood. So, Nilesh bhai, you working for a company. It is natural that after you get employed, you're going to earn a salary. Is it natural? So when you go to work, do not fixate your mind on the salary. It's natural, it's there, it's already, that is why you went to work in the first place, yes? Take this work that you are doing and offer it to the Supreme Lord. Do this work that you are doing now for the Supreme Lord. Like Jessica. Whilst she performs her functions which is required in terms of her occupation at the court, you'll find she also performs 50% work which is not even a requirement there. And she does that as diligently as she is doing the work that she gets paid for. Those of you that have interacted with Jessica in the court, this is what you're going to see. So, this is how you must do your job. After you've worked out, you buying and selling a container of ice cream. You worked out your profit. It's already worked out. You're a businessman, you worked out your profit. Do not fixate on the profit. You've already worked it out. You know you're going to make a profit. Yes? Now do that transaction for the Supreme Lord. That same transaction that you are doing, do that transaction for the Supreme Lord. Like you, Ms. Samuels, you're going to be defending a whole lot of people. You worked everything out. They came to your office, you opened the file, you know the dynamics of what you need to do. Yes? Now, throughout that case, have you got a brand new case that you need to start with? You have a few? Start immediately with it. Take those cases and offer it to God. Okay? So, your profession is, you do not have to feel guilt on who you defend in. Your job is to simply defend. Okay? Law is found in the Vedas. And if it is found in the Vedas, then it means it is an institution that the Supreme Lord is aware of. You understand? So go now and practice law without any guilt. You can be spiritual at the same time you can be defending a murderer. You can be totally spiritual defending that murderer because it is your occupation. And this itself is in the Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Sri Krishna tells Arjuna that you now have to kill your grandparents, your uncles, and your cousins. You have to kill them because you are a soldier. Your occupation is a soldier, and it is the duty of a soldier in a war between righteousness and unrighteousness to kill the unrighteous. It is the duty, it is his occupation. You understand? So similarly, it is your occupation to defend the accused, who is presumed innocent until found guilty by a court of law. And that found guilty comes after you have defended him, whether successfully or unsuccessfully. But when you there, offer that, take your files now on a daily basis. If you are going to court with 3 files, then offer the 3 files to the Supreme Lord. Ask the Supreme Lord to assist you to be the best attorney for the defense of those people that have engaged you. So what happens to the fruit of the action? The fruit of all your actions is placed at the feet of the Supreme Lord. Let him make a decision how the proportion of the fruit should go to you. So if you are not fixated on the fruit of your action, if the Lord is taking care of that, what happens to you as a soul? You have the freedom of doing the best that you can in whatever your occupation is. So everybody, whether you own a business, whether you work, whatever you do for whoever, even if the owner, the boss, is the worst boss in this universe, that's between him and the Supreme Lord. You serve your job to the best of your ability. And again, the example is this ashram. The example is this ashram. This ashram has not been built by construction, no big business, no big sponsor. We already in our 3rd million now, but you can't find any invoices by anybody that gave us money. I get up and I do whatever I do it for the Supreme Lord. This morning I got up and I swept that parking and I swept the lawn so that at satsang, when the Lord enters this ashram, everything is clean for him. You understand? When you drove down, yesterday I clipped the hedges, I shaped the hedges. I just came out of illness, straight into work, not even an hour's rest. Immediately after illness, straight into work. Tomorrow or next week, when you walk down, you'll see the bottom concreted host, so that when you go for padikrama, when you walk in with the Supreme Lord. That is why you do padikrama. Both you and the Lord walk on a clean place. So I'm not asking the Lord for anything, but He continues to prosper me with this ashram. The ashram gets bigger and bigger, and whatever I desire manifest. When I started this ashram, I only had 6 bags of cement and a dilapidated building. 6 bags of cement and a dilapidated building. See where we are gone today. Step by step, the fruits of my action was awarded by the Supreme Lord. Please try it. Remember, I was an atheist for over 25 years. You don't have to go do all what I did to get the Lord. You don't have to go through the extremes to what I did to go and get the Lord. I did it for you already. I'm giving you a shortcut to health, wealth, and prosperity. Are there any questions? Any questions? Okay, so remember, before Guru Purnima, we need to paint inside. We're going to do Aarti. You're going to do your padikrama as usual. Is it raining? Okay, if it's raining, then don't go get wet unnecessarily. Yeah, if you can do your padikrama on top too, it's fine. Or if you can't, it's also fine. Jai Shriman Narayan.